Welcome back to Hall's Empire. Knowledge is power. Let's grow together.
All right, so we are all about how to set up, how to customize Manara in this tutorial. For all my mentees that have been asking, how do I customize my Manara tool? This video is for you. So once you come to your section here where you're able to access the software, you'll click on Access Manara Now. That's how we go right about and enter our PIN authentication. And then from there, you'll recognize that the chart will pop up, right? So it's basically, Manara. That is Manara. As soon as it opens, the chart will load properly in a few, and this is really what you are looking at. Now, let's go ahead and just talk about what we're seeing as we wait on the chart to load. You've got the Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. That's what you're currently seeing here as a currency pair. And you can see the chart is quite colorful and pretty, isn't it? Now, to get rid of all of this, if it's a bit confusing to you, then all you have to do is to click on it and that toolbar will come up. You'll just hit remove, or you can come to this section right here that has the different patterns. You can even drag it to see, clearly, move it about, right? You can move it about. So I am just going to go ahead and hit that green section, and there you go. It's gone. So when it comes on to all of the things that you've got on your chart, you can actually remove them if they're a bit confusing to you. Now, a lot of you have been asking, what are these red lines? What are the red lines here for on the chart? Now, simply put, the red lines are indicating zones of support and resistance. So Manara has basically scanned the market, it's analyzed the chart, and it's looked on those candlesticks to figure out which areas is, a little bit of support and which area is providing resistance. So let's have a look at the top bit here. If you take a look, the market came to this level and then it bounced back, didn't it? And it came to this level right here and it bounced back, right? Now, if you go across here, you'll recognize that this section is not the only one that's on that little red line right there. Going straight across all of these candlesticks here, they came and they touched this entire zone right here. So this zone has been acting as a little, bit of resistance, right? So even if you want to come to this section where your toolbar is and you want to, let's say you want to get a trend line, or even if you want to come and you get a rectangle in this section, you can highlight something like this to indicate that this zone here, right? The market has been tapping into the zone and bouncing back, tapping into the zone and bouncing back. So it's like that's the cycle that's been going on. The market, when it comes on to technical analysis, Manara does the hard work for you, but I know some of you are curious and you're trying to figure out how the market is actually working. And so that's why I'm explaining all of this to you. Now, you have the section here that you can actually zoom out your chart or zoom in your chart. So take a look. Again, this is coming to a point here and it's bouncing back. So the red lines are basically indicating, zones of interest. Manara has taken a particular interest in these zones because it's recognized that the market keeps bouncing off these zones quite often, right? And so you'll see the red lines that are indicating some amount of interest in these areas. All right, so now I've explained the red lines. I think one of the other important question that I've been given as it relates to Manara is the toolbar section right here. And it's very simple. When it comes on to the tools, these are the same tools that are available in TradingView. As you can see, the chart is powered by TradingView. And so if you click on this little section with the cloud, it will take you directly to the TradingView section. Now, when it comes on to the toolbar right here, you'll recognize that if you click on the arrow here, you can use a dot as your cursor or a cross. Now, if you add it to your favorites, it's basically always going to pop up right here. So you can uncheck that. Whatever you add to your favorites, it's actually going to be on a little section right on your chart. Now, the next tool that's here is your trend tool. So you've got your trend line, right? You've got your info line, trend angle, horizontal ray. All of these are basically tools that you'll use to mark your different areas of interest or your trends on the chart, right? So remember, our trends can basically be bearish or bullish. So it's either the market is going on an uptrend or a downtrend. Now, there are times when the market consolidates, and when it's consolidating, you do not have a clear idea of where it will go. Unless you look on previous data, you may have an idea, but the market does what it really wants to do and not what you think it should do at the end of the day, right? So the next tool there would be your pitchfork. So you've got the different things, especially like your fib retracement. This is where you gain access to it. You've got your fib time zone, your Gann square, your Gann box. All of these tools are tools that you can take and you can mark them on your chart. When it comes on to your fib retracement, you can take it from the high to the low, right? Just to analyze whatever it is that you're analyzing on the market. Now, these are tools that are here for you to use. Now, I know some people just really like just copying and pasting the trade ideas. However, I've got quite a few curious individuals who are really wanting to learn how to trade. And it's great because then you'll become an independent trader even after copy and pasting trade ideas that are given by Manara. You've got the text right here. You've got text. Now, when it comes on to the text, you can basically add text into your, section. If you notice like an FVG, which is a fair value gap, you can identify that with a text. Let's take a look at this right here. If you notice, once the market comes into this zone, it basically retraces into a sell, right? So the market comes up into this zone, just like it did right here, which basically we could classify this as a sell zone. So when the market comes up to this level, we could classify it as a sell zone because once it comes here, it's going to, most likely reverse because we've seen it done it before, right? So good. Let's look at the bottom section now. We can also look at this section right here to indicate that it's a buy zone because when the market comes to this level, what do you notice it doing? It basically pushes back up into an uptrend. So when it comes to this level, uptrend. So basically we can have what's called a buy zone right here. So you're looking for buys anytime you see the market coming down into this level, or you could be looking for sells when you see the market coming in this level, right? So I'm dropping some gems, guys. Come on, make notes. Make notes. So you can add your text in to identify those zones. You've got all your tools in this section, and if you want to draw patterns, head and shoulders, your double tops and all of that, your three drives pattern, your ABCD pattern, you're able to get them right here and just put them on your chart, right? That's how simple it is. When it comes on to your patterns, you can get them just like, yeah, just like that. And it shows you. So those are patterns that you can put on your chart if you're identifying them. You've got zooming in and zooming out. You've got a magnet mode. You've got your pencil. So if you're in drawing mode, you can get your pencil locked in so it's always there drawing, or if you want to lock your screen to ensure that whatever you have, drafted, it stays on your screen, you can just hit that padlock so that your baby or your kids or even your husband don't interfere with your chart markups, right? And if I zoom out a bit more, you'd recognize that this is truly a buy zone. Come on, guys. Truly a buy zone. So if I go into this section here, and I hit my rectangle, I can just do this right there. It's a buy zone. Every time the market taps into this, what do you recognize that it does? It pushes up. It pushes up so you can go for a buy, right? It pushes, and it has been doing it for quite some time, right? And if you want to add your text to it just so that you know what you've identified right there, you can add your text right there by typing in buy zone, right? So you buy once the market taps into that zone right there. That's it. So that's just a way. I'm just showing you ways in which you can actually, customize your Manara and mark up your charts on your own. So this is really very vital for you to even be able to identify. It's not rocket science. I've learned that trading is not hard, it just takes loads of dedication and study. And if you are new to the trading and you want to actually learn about it, make me your mentor by clicking the link below and joining our company, and I will definitely be your mentor to guide you on this journey. All right. Now so those are the tools in a nutshell. That's the toolbar on the chart. Let's get to the section that we've got as our monitor. This is where you get your trade ideas coming in. Now, last time I had a tutorial, I basically showed you how to find trade ideas right at the bottom section here, but I'm going to be showing you how to customize your trade ideas timeline so that you get the trades that you're interested in. Right, just before we do our customization, if you want to access your toolbar again, you just click that little section there and you reveal your toolbar right here, and you can click on whichever tool and draw up your different things, or draft all your ideas as it relates to what you recognize on your chart right here. If you want to hide it, you just click back that and you hide it. Now, when it comes on to, a lot of people are also asking, I've got questions about long and short positions. When you're long, it means that you're going for a buy. When you're short, that means you're going for a sell, right? So that's how simple it is. So we always know it's green for buy and it's referred to as a long position, and it's red for sell and that's referred to as a short position. All right. Now, when it comes on to your trade ideas at the bottom section, you can actually customize it to ensure that what you like or what you want to trade, only that appears in this section. Now, how do you do that? You simply go to the section that says settings. When you click on settings, you'll see pattern status, time frame, asset class, pattern, and pattern type. Now, don't worry, I'll just be explaining all of them to you. So let's start with the first one. Now, pattern status is basically saying to you if the trade is at entry point or not. Now, when Manara analyzes the charts for you, they come up with the trade ideas based on previous data. So, most likely, Manara would be doing a top down analysis looking at the charts coming from, the higher time frames coming down. Once it does that, it's going to highlight with those red lines that I showed you previously zones of interest, and it's going to be looking for the market to tap back into those zones of interest. So as soon as the trade idea that Manara has tabulated comes to an area of entry, then the trade will be complete, and it means that you're able to enter that trade right there and then. If the trade idea that is there is not yet at entry point, then it will come up as incomplete, and it means that you're not ready to enter the trade. Or you can set up pending orders like a buy limit, a sell limit, to enter into that trade as soon as it gets to that price, right? So I'll show you on the charts in a minute. Now, when it comes on to time frame has to do with what type of trader are you, or how patient are you. Now, if you're really, really patient, then you can go for your higher time frames like your daily, your weekly, and your monthly. If you're not so patient like myself and you want to go in and get out very quickly, then you want to be selecting the M5, M15, or the M30. No, the M5 would be the quickest. Very quickly, you go in and you come out in about 5 to 10 minutes or less. M15, you go in and come out in about 15 minutes. M30, you go in and come out in about 30 minutes with your profits, right? So these are the lower time frames. It means that as soon as you go into that trade, you're going to be looking for quick profits, right? So scalpers are generally at these level or at this time frame. If you're like an intraday trader, then you want to go for either M30 or H1, because it will take you, throughout the day to actually hit profits. If you're like a swing trader or a position trader, you want to go for the daily, the weekly, the monthly, or even sometimes the H4. So the time frame is based on your, level of patience. So I've got the M1 selected because I don't want to be in the markets too long. I just want to go in and get out as quickly as I possibly can with my profits. So it's up to you, depending on which ones you want. Then you can check the box that suits you. When it comes on to asset class, it's saying to you, what are you trading? Are you going to be trading forex, currency pairs? Are you going to be looking at commodities, metals, bonds, or indices? For me, I'm focusing mainly on forex, indices, and the metal. So all you need to do is to check the box, right? Check the box of the one that you are interested in. When it comes on to the pattern, now the market creates patterns on a regular basis with the candlesticks that are formed. For the Manara AI software, however, the bat pattern has been proven to be 85% successful. So all the others are successful, yes, but they have a lower percentage of win rate. The butterfly is about 83% successful. So generally speaking, most people tend to stick to the butterfly and the bat. Because the bat is more successful than the butterfly, I just stick to the bat because I want to be winning 85% of my trades, right? Now, when it comes on to the pattern type, the market will be moving bullish or bearish. You do not want the AI software to be giving you unknown trades, because then it's either the market is moving sideways or consolidating, and the market, the software basically is saying, I don't know what the market is doing. So you don't want to have unknown trades. You either want to have a bearish bias or a bullish bias, so that you know what the markets are doing. All right, so in a nutshell, that's how you customize that section. Now, for those of you who are saying, I want to know how to customize the currency pairs, so I choose the ones that I want to trade. All you need to do is to go to the section that says security, and this is where you've got your majors and your minors and all the other indices and commodities that you can think of. So when you come to this section for your major, if you are new to trading, I'll suggest that you focus on 1 to 3 major pairs, no more, because then you'll have a better idea of how these pairs actually move, so that you recognize, the progress in how they actually move on a daily basis. That's just my recommendation. At the end of the day, it's your trading account. You can do what suits you. Now, I have EU, GU, and GJ. Those are my 3 major pairs. When it comes on to Minox, you know, graded out because I don't trade minors and exotics. If you're interested, you'll keep it green and you'll check the box of the ones that you're interested in trading. Now, the next section would be bonds. I don't do bonds, so I'll have that graded out. But if you're interested in doing bonds, you'll keep the box checked as well as selecting the bonds that you want to appear on your trading ideas given by Manara. When it comes on to indices, I mainly focus on Nasdaq, S&P 500, the Dow Jones, Japan 225 and the UK 100. And can I tell you this? When it comes on to Nasdaq and your S&P 500 and so forth, these move so great at about 2:30 p.m. to 3 there about GMT time, that's UK time. I don't know what time it is in the rest of the world, but they are like rocket when it comes on to that time frame in the market. So a lot of people generally get rich off their US 30 and their Nasdaq and the S&P 500. So a lot of people actually love trading them because they've got loads of momentum at particular times of the day. Now, when it comes on to commodities, I don't do commodities, so I keep that graded out. If you're interested in trading it, then you'll keep it checked and select the ones that you're interested in. For metal, of course, the only one that I've got selected there is gold because I'm a gold digger. Anyone that you're interested in, you'll check that one and you'll actually have them appear on the bottom section here based on what you have customized. Now, if you have set up your domain with your name, it will automatically be saved, right? Everything would be saved right here. My domain is customized to Billionaire Boss. And so all of the things that I've selected in settings and security, they're automatically saved in that section. Now, let's say you've marked your chart up and you basically just want to take a snapshot to send to a friend. Let's say you've analyzed your trade, you've marked your chart up, you'll just click on that section, take a screenshot. It will automatically save the image to your device and you're able to send it to whomever you choose. You're able to put this in full screen mode as well. If the screen is too small, you can actually do that. Now, when it comes on to the currency pairs that appear here, now remember I say if it's red, it means that you're going for a sell. If it's green, you're going for a buy. So let's take a look at this gold trade. So that's gold XAUUSD. That's basically gold. I've got the back pattern M5, which is a quick trade, and notice it's showing incomplete. What did I say about if it says incomplete? It means that you're not yet ready to take the trade, or you're either going to be setting up a pending order. Now, this is the gold trade idea that is given. What Manara is expecting the market to do is to come down, and push up to the point of entry and then actually retrace again to hit the targets. So because it's not up to the entry zone, which is this gray area here, you're not yet seeing complete here. Remember, if it shows complete, it means that it's at the entry point and you're able to enter the trade. Incomplete means that you're not yet ready to enter the trade because it's not yet at entry zone. All right. And remember, Manara gives you stop loss, entry, take profit one, and take profit two. Let's look at the next one, which is the Japan 225. It's also showing incomplete. It's actually making its way down to entry. And Manara is expecting that as soon as it hits the entry point, it's going to retrace with the buy, because obviously they're identifying that zone as a buy zone, as I was showing you earlier. Right now, if you scroll down into your section here, you'll recognize that you'll have more trade ideas. More trade ideas will actually be there. Let's take a look at this US 30 that's complete, meaning that you have the ability to take the trade. All right, so let's allow it to load. And while we're waiting on it to load, it's just important for you to recognize the reward to risk. You want to be doing a great reward to risk, because if you're risking 1% of your money, you should at least try to earn 3 to 4%, or even 5. That is even better. But do not risk 1% to make 1%. That makes no sense. So your risk to reward ratio needs to be very effective. Manara always shows you the risk to reward here. Anything with 3.5 and above, they're good risk to reward. Sometimes you may have trades like this, which is 3.45. It's still not bad. As long as it's 3 and upward, then that's fine. You can enter that trade. The trade idea is very effective when it comes on to scrolling and looking through this section. You'll see all that you're able to take. I'm not quite sure why US 30 is not loading. It may be my internet. But as you can see two successful ones right here, right? And these are basically trades that have been passed. I think they were yesterday's trades, and it was successful. So let's take a look at the successful. Oh, it pops up. All right. So with the successful one, as you can see, trade came to a point of entry, hit TP1, and then it retraces for a bit, right? You have not seen it hit TP2, but that's fine, because sometimes, even though you have TP1 and TP2, it's very good if you take one of these trade ideas and create yourself a trading plan, right? If you want a trading plan, just join my group, because I have a customized trading plan that we use in my team. And it's basically a plan that will help you to be seeing profits so that you do not over trade or over leverage. Now, let's take a look at the S&P 500. That also was quite successful. It hit TP1. It has not yet touched TP2, but that's still a successful trade because it hit the target that was intended. Let's go back up to the US 30 that showed complete. I don't know why it's not loading for us. Anyways, when it comes on to complete, remember that if it says complete, it's indicating to you that the trade is now at the point of entry. I think it's loading all the, the chart markups for that one, because it's actually a trade that was complete yesterday. I'm not quite sure why it's taking so long to load. But anyways, I'm just giving you an idea of successful trade ideas that are out there, and you'll see if a trade failed, you'll see that it failed even right there. So that's a failed one. It would have hit stop loss past the entry zone, and it would have hit the stop loss. Just know that trades, you're going to see losses, but your wins must be more than your loss. And that's one of the main reasons why I use the back pattern, because we've got 85% win rate with the back patterns. There are more successful trades there with the back pattern than failed ones. So quite a bit of successful ones, as well as ones that are incomplete and not yet hitting the entry point. Now, when it comes on to your chart, right, you can also go to the section. If you go up, you can go to the section that says notification, right? And when you click on the notification, you can tabulate your watch list by adding, currency pair symbols, right? You can just add a new symbol. Let's say XAU, um, USD. You can click on it and it will add it to your watch list. See, symbol added to watch list. So you customize your list just like that. You'll add symbols, add them here. If you don't want to do any of those, you'll just add the ones that are in you're interested in. Let's say we want to do GBP, a USD. We click on that, we add it to our watch list, right? And you can remove whatever else you don't want to see. So far, Those are what's showing on the watch list. Now, as soon as you put those on your watch list, just double check your settings that it's still intact. Once it is, then you're able to click on this Telegram bot right here. When you click on it, you're automatically connecting your Telegram with the Manara software. And so, whatever you've added to your watch list, they will send these trade ideas directly to your Telegram, which is great because then you do not have to be logging in to the website and putting in your authentication code to actually, see the trade ideas. You can just get them directly to your phone as soon as they hit entry point. That's also a very good thing, because what Manara does is it waits until it hits the entry point, then it sends it as a complete trade for you to enter right there and then to your Telegram. So you will just click on the Telegram bot, you'll send a message right there, and it will connect you to your Telegram. Right. So we've covered the watch list, we've covered settings, and in a nutshell, this is basically how you customize Manara to your suiting, and you will be able to actually trade only pairs that you're interested in. You will only be seeing pairs that you're interested in once you customize it. So it's very important to customize it to your liking so that your preferences are what actually shows up on your timeline for the trade ideas that are provided by Manara. Now, if this video was helpful for you, hit that like button, share it with a friend, and definitely subscribe to this zone, because trust me, this is where we talk all about making money and the best tools in which you can use to make money. We talk about it on this space. So if you're an all-star, thanks so much for watching. And if you're an all-star and you know nothing about trading and you're ready to take on the trading journey and you'd like me as your mentor, just click the link down below, get yourself that package, and trust me, you will not regret this journey, because I've got some great mentees and they are absolutely smashing it in the forex space as newbies with the guidance that I have provided. So thanks so much for watching. Have yourself an awesome one. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.